What's up everyone, Jeff Miller here, Pinball Pimp. Last week I drove over to Clearwater, Florida and I bought me a Stern Spider-Man Vault Edition, which was released in 2016. Now it looks good from the outside, and it is, but the original owner I bought it from never slid the glass off of this thing once in 8 years. He just played it until a few things broke, and then he got tired of it, and then that's when I come pick it up. So, what we're gonna do is, the playfield is really dirty on this machine. We're gonna go in and obviously pimp it out with colored rubbers, probably do a flipper rebuild kit. I'm gonna put some black mirror blades on the side to really reflect everything and make it look nice. But the big ticket item is this red LED display from the factory. It's just not gonna cut it anymore. So I'm gonna spend the big bucks and get a color LCD display. That way, when the comic book animations are running on the back, it's gonna look really good in multiple colors. Anyway, let's get the glass off of this, let's assess it, order up some parts, and let's get to pimping this thing out. Okay, so now like I said, the outside of the cabinet is really nice. It's got this custom lasered out side rail that's really nice. The decal art is pretty much flawless. Coin door area, everything. Underneath the cabinet's nice, playfield. But what's really bad is you can see how absolutely dirty this playfield is, and you can see everywhere that the ball has rolled, and it's made it really dull. So all of that speck and black speckles and everything on there, that is dirt. So we're gonna get all this ripped down and get this thing pimped. You can see that one of the pop bumper skirts is broken. It's probably from the ball comes around this slingshot. It's probably hit it a number of times, but you can see all the dirt and the lines. I kind of wiped some of these down so there's not as much dust on it, but everything is gonna have to get cleaned, polished. It'll look brand new again. So as you can see, the inside of the cabinet, it still looks brand new, like right out of the factory. In fact, the goodie bag is still stapled on to the cabinet. Everything on the playfield looks brand new, like the day it was made, which that's a good thing. Okay, the code on this Spider-Man was 1.0, so that's the original. So I'm going and updating the code to, I think it's 1.01, which it gets rid of some animations in the back that don't disappear in time, and a few other little items, but we'll go ahead and get that taken care of. So we got the latest update. All right, let's dive right in. Time to grab my screwdriver and sockets and start tearing this playfield down. The clear posts on this machine looked a little dingy and yellowed, so I ordered all new ones so they look brand new and crystal clear. These wire forms and mechanisms can be a little tricky sometimes. They usually have wires on them which go down through the playfield and plug into something on the bottom side. Most screws on a pinball playfield are number 6 or number 8, but they have different lengths and you just have to remember where they go when you put the playfield back together. All right, so I tore the bottom of the playfield down. I'm just going to work on this part first before I go tackle anything up on the top. But we're going to get all this stripped down, flippers pulled off, the extra rubbers. We're going to get all this polished up so everything looks like the shiny part and not that dull, nasty part. So here's the slingshot plastics, and you can see how dirty everything was underneath. All right, time to remove all the dirt and ball trails from this dirty ass playfield. My weapon of choice is magic eraser and alcohol. You don't want to scrub too hard as the magic eraser has micro abrasives in it and it's like sandpaper. Now that I've spent about 30 minutes with the magic eraser getting all the crud off the playfield, it's time to bust out the polish and get rid of all the dull areas where the ball has rolled. I hand polish all the areas 2 to 3 times, going back over until it's to a nice bright shine. I usually use Novus 2 or a good Meguiar's auto polish to achieve the results. When polishing playfields to a squeaky clean, the friction generates a lot of heat and it usually burns the fingerprints off of my fingers. And a lot of nicks and cuts on my fingers from little metal pieces sticking up out of the playfield like this. All right, well, I decided to come out and burn the midnight oil, and we did a little polishing on the bottom 2/3 of the playfield. And we got it back like glass. So tomorrow we'll reinstall everything back on the bottom of the playfield, and then I can move back on to the top section. So I came out last night when it was dark and I put a nice light across the playfield so I could see the reflection. I spent about 45 minutes hand polishing the playfield down. It looks nice, shiny, and clear like it's factory new. So I'm going to get the parts put back on the bottom of the playfield. Then I'm going to tackle the top of the playfield, remove the ramps and the vertical up kickers. I can get everything polished up, new rubbers put back on, and that should just about take care of the playfield. Then we can move on to the other things that need to be done on this machine. Well, now that everything's back on the bottom of the playfield, I'm looking at the manual to look at some of the mechanisms like the vertical up kickers. So when I go to take everything off the top of the playfield, I have some idea of how everything was mounted and screwed together. That should make it a little bit easier on me. Well, that wraps up this first episode of Spider-Man, and thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in next week when I tear everything off the top of the playfield and I put everything back on the bottom of the playfield. As always, keep on flipping. Pimp out. If you'd like to see more pinball craziness, be sure to like, tag, share, and follow me at Pinball Pimp.